All right, so we entered our data, one row per participant. This is the data from the class example, so I'm just showing you how to get there. And I want to, analyze, I want to find that purified effect of salary on happiness after removing marriage from the equation. So I'm going to hit analyze, regression linear. And then I got to figure out what's my dependent variable, which is hard because everything's measured here. And you're like, wait, I have three dependent variables. Or wait, do I have three independent variables? The dependent variable is the outcome of interest, happiness. That's what we care about the most. The outcome or measure we care about the most. The outcome, the effect, cause and effect. Well, it's not cause, but it's the last outcome. It's the last variable we care about, happiness. We're trying to understand happiness. Well, what do we think predicts happiness? Well, in this case, we think salary predicts happiness, and we want to have a purified version of salary on happiness that removes the effect of marriage on salary and marriage on happiness. So all I have to do there is plug in my predictors, which are salary, and my nuisance variable, which is marriage years. At least that's how I set up the problem. I literally just click OK, and I'm going to do that again so you can see it, but also so we don't have my practice problems in there. Analyze regression linear. Dependent variable, the ultimate outcome I'm trying to understand, happiness. My predictor that I'm interested in, salary, and the nuisance variable that I'm controlling for, the variable I'm controlling for, marriage. I click OK. What do we get here? We get a lot of output. You get your model summary. That doesn't matter. We didn't talk about that, right? But essentially, that tells you the percentage of happiness that you've predicted. So the R squared, the adjusted R squared, is saying we've accounted for about 96, 95% of happiness. Adjusted R squared is better. So about 95% of happiness is understood by understanding marriage and salary. But that's not the result we're going to report. Our ANOVA, this tells us that the entire model is good and significantly predicts happiness. So when we look at marriage and salary predicting happiness, this is better than having no predictors. This really isn't that important for us. I just wanted to explain it to you. What's important for us is down here. So standardized coefficients, beta, that's what we want to look at, not the unstandardized, okay? And so this is the pure effective salary on happiness. Its beta is 0.447. To understand that, we square it. So 0.4 squared is 0.16. I'm not going to do the math for 0.447 squared. That is something you can handle, right? So we can see that salary is predicting about 16% of happiness. And when I say salary, I mean pure salary. Salary that is unimpacted by marriage. Well, we also get the pure effect of marriage on happiness. Like in this case, marriage, the beta associated with marriage and happiness is 0.559. Well, I'm again not going to do all the fancy math. You can do it yourself. But 0.5 squared is 0.25. Multiply that by 100. That's 25%. So, what do we know there is that marriage, pure marriage, when we remove the effect of salary on marriage, we find that marriage predicts 25% of happiness and pure salary predicts about 16% of happiness. Now you're going to do the actual squaring. I'm just not doing that right now. You know how to square numbers. The other thing we need to know is significance. So the effect of pure salary on marriage is not significant, so we know nothing. The effect of pure marriage on happiness is significant, so we know that because this is a positive relationship, that being married significantly increases happiness. That's what we know, right? But ultimately, our original question, does salary predict happiness above and beyond marriage? No, it does not. Pure salary does not predict happiness. But that's how you run a multiple regression that is trying to purify or control for a variable. Now, in this case, I was trying to examine the effect of salary on happiness while controlling for marriage. That effect was non-significant. It could be 0. I know nothing. However, I'm also getting the pure effect of marriage on happiness while controlling for salary. And when we do that, we can see that marriage is a significant predictor of happiness even after you control for salary.